Paul also wrote this to the Ephesians, by the way, and in Ephesians chapter 4, he talks about this concept a little bit more. And the reason why I bring this up is because we're in a time and a day where people need to realize that they have more at stake than just showing up. There's more to this than just showing up. So Paul is writing to the Ephesians, this is a whole other group, and he says, but grace was given to each one of us according to the measure of Christ's gift. Imagine that. Each one of us was given grace. We've given something special because Jesus Christ allowed that to happen. And some of us don't realize it. We don't. Some of us are here to prepare other people, by the way. So we're not meant to be on the stage. We're not meant to necessarily be out in the middle of nowhere in the mission fields. Some of us are actually the people that prepare people to go out there. We're going to talk a little bit more about this as we go on, but the reality is we're not spectators. I work with a lot of people that are really into sports. And I always love this because when there's a big game, people come in and say, oh, we won. Man, we crushed those guys. Man, we were great. Then they turn around and go, really? I didn't know you played hockey. They're like, what? You play basketball? No. Oh, well, you said we. Like, we won. Like, you were out there. Like, you were training for, like, all your life to be out there. But they say it with such excitement. We won. No, you sat in the stands while some guys over there played ball. And they played their heart out, and they won, and you got to watch it. That's the difference. You were a spectator. They're the ones that are getting banged up, taking out of stretchers, and getting hurt, and training for hours and hours on end, and you get to watch. We do the same thing in church. We watch the pastor and say, oh, he should have this degree, and he should be like this, and and he should be amazing, and he should be able to preach and sing and teach and dance and do whatever. And we get to watch. And then we go, that wasn't very good. That wasn't a good sermon. He stunk. We do it with sports. We do it with our pastors, right? Why did they trade that guy? He was great. We expect the home runs to be hit every time. While we stand in the stands and go, oh. And when we don't like it, we go, boo, get rid of him. We do it all the time, but we don't realize is that we're actually supposed to be on the field. We're actually supposed to be playing in the game. See, we're supposed to be using the gift, whatever it is. Maybe it's evangelism. Maybe you're going to go out there and you're going to invite some people. Maybe it's teaching people. Maybe it's just doing something that's completely out of the norm that you never thought of. Using that artistic talent to draw people closer to God. We never think about that. Paul is telling us, think about it. You know why we don't think about it, by the way? Because we're all narcissists. I'm being completely honest. We are. We think about ourselves all the time. And I know there's some people going, no, I don't. That's a narcissist. Because every time you say I, and I, and I, who are you talking about? Yourself. Paul is trying to remind us that you have to be a living sacrifice. What does that mean? I have to die to that egotistical person that I carry around with me all day. Because it's always about my feelings, my hurts, my pains, my ideas, my dreams, my. We sound like a 3-year-old. I have to catch myself when I'm talking to myself because I'm like, I sound like a toddler. Mine. And God is trying to tell me something. It's not about you. It is, but really the whole picture is not about you. I have this massive picture. And you get to be part of it. But if you're always thinking about you, and you got blinders on this way, you'll never get to use those gifts that I gave you. At least not the way you're supposed to. And you'll still be waiting for the preacher to do something amazing. Which, this is as far as it gets, guys. I don't get any more amazing than this. It's really not much. But you know what? I try. The reality is, that's what it is. You're supposed to be on the field. Not everybody can be the quarterback. Not everybody's going to be a linebacker. Not everybody's going to be the pitcher. Whatever, I know, not everybody's into sports. I'm just using multiple different things. It doesn't make, you can just follow along. But the reality is, each one has an important place, including the coach. Because without the coach, we're all a mess. But everybody has a place on the field. And we're either going to play this game that we call life, or we're going to acquiesce and sit on the stands and go, I don't know why life stinks so bad. I don't know why people don't change. I don't know why things haven't changed over here or over there. Why is there so much evil in the world? Why is this? Why? We ask all the questions, but we're not playing the game. And then we do what everybody else does on Monday morning or whatever days after the game. We sit down and we analyze. Guys, horrible. Horrible politicians, horrible teachers, horrible churches. That's what we do. But we're not in the game. We're not on the field. We're not playing. We're not taking any talent. We're not saying, hey, you know what? Today, I'm going to be a living sacrifice. Did anybody wake up this morning saying that? I don't know. It's not something we normally say. But Paul is telling us that's the way you have to live. If you don't die to that ego that's all about you, you won't get to see the bigger picture. That God has something for you. And this something, by the way, may be more difficult than you thought it was going to be. But it is going to change you. And it is going to change others. And a lot of times, we're afraid. We're afraid to get on the field and do what we're supposed to do. Paul is saying, be transformed by the renewal of your mind. How do you renew your mind? You come to church. Then you get around other people that believe what you believe. But if you don't come to church, you also come and you go into God's Word. And you pray. And you do the things that get you closer to God. Because He's the owner and the manager and the coach. So if you don't get any direction from Him, you have no idea which way you're going. And some of us are doing that. Wandering around through life, trying to figure out, we know we're special, we just can't figure out why. Why are we so special? Because God has made you that way. God has made you that way. Everybody is here to serve. I know, that doesn't sound pleasant. But that's the reality. We're all here to serve. Jesus Christ came to serve. Think about that for a second. We say we're Christians, we're gonna follow Jesus Christ. But how far do we follow Him to? Do we follow Him all the way? Because Jesus Christ served to the point of death. You see, but He also understood something. That He was going to conquer death. Some of us are afraid to even use our talents. Use our skills. We think people are going to ridicule us. We think people are going to criticize us. And God has given it to you for a reason. He's given it to you for a reason. Not everybody's going to be the same.